Have you ever felt the paralyzing sting of self-doubt? Well, here I am doing what I do every day. And this is what I can tell you. Self-doubt is something that you literally have to look at as a signpost. It's not your destiny. It's not your purpose. It's not a warning sign. It's not a lack of calling. It's not a character flaw. Self-doubt is your nervous system encountering unfamiliar territory. So guys, I'm Amy. I've been in the real estate space for 30 years, and that is not my area of self-doubt. But guess what? When you start to endeavor and start to walk into new seasons and new things, do you know how come most people never do it? Self-doubt creeps in. I was on a call today. It was a coach of mine, and he said to me, Amy, I can address every objection you have. What I personally can't address is self-doubt. That's the thing you have to master in the middle of the night. And I thought, that is true. I had to master self-doubt in real estate. And not that I don't ever have self-doubt now, but for the most part, I'm confident in it. I've practiced it. It's my craft. I've spent 30 years in it, and I don't have self-doubt. But guess what? Launching out, doing new things. Self-doubt requires you be comfortable with a couple things. You have to be comfortable with becoming a beginner, a learner, a student, right? You don't ever have self-doubt's always trying to ask you, am I good enough? That's not the right question. That is a dead-ended question, whether you're good enough. That has nothing to do with anything. Am I willing to learn? Am I willing to take active steps? Am I willing to do the things necessary to continue to grow? That's what self-doubt is checking you on. So I have a solution. I have an answer to the dilemma that most of us find ourselves in. You obviously are listening to a podcast that is very much about personal development, about fulfilling all that you specifically are on this earth to fulfill. But here's what that you are more life, the God life, the life that is meant to be fulfilling and to literally just do everything on this earth that you're supposed to do requires a lot of courage. And here's the thing. It's not a straight line. God is always going to take you off in a different paths. And the God dream is always way bigger than our natural dream. A God dream isn't possible to accomplish without God enabling you. And here's the deal. You're going to have to walk through the wall. So I'm 30 years on a career path, but guess what? I had to start my podcast. How did I do that? One podcast at a time. Self-doubt creeped in. What if I'm not good enough? What if things happen? Guys, here's the real reason the self-doubt shows up. You have a collision taking place. The collision is your vision. Where am I going? Secondly, where am I at? The reality. So you've got the vision, the reality, and then the exposure. So where am I going? Boy, where am I going doesn't look like where I'm at today. It's not even close. And then, oh man, I've got exposure. People are going to see it. It's going to be lived out in the raw. Do I have the ability to move forward with it? With all the, what are they doing over there? Who do they think they are? What is this? Guys, that is the signpost, the guidepost. It's all the things that you have to move through to overcome self-doubt. So how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And so self-doubt loves to get really crazy in like big goals. So how you move forward and create confidence and eliminate self-doubt is you do the thing. You write one page. You make one phone call. And guess what? Momentum takes place when you come out of agreement with despondency, when you come out of agreement with overwhelm, and you start to act. You act your way out of self-doubt. I would love to say that there's another way, but I can tell you this. I have had so many people say so many positive things to me in my life. Tell me what a positive future I have. All the things. And guess what I can tell you? In the middle of the night, those are not the voices I hear. In the middle of the night is all the self-doubt. What if it's not possible? What if I can't make it? What if this is not really? Guys, that is a natural voice that you're going to hear. And if you listen to me for any length at all, you're going to know that those are the voices of your, like literally, they're border guards around your life and your mind. Your mind is always trying to keep you in the safe zone. Uh-oh, you're getting out of control. Uh-oh, you're out of your comfort zone. Pull back. Like your brain is so powerful, but it's designed to keep you safe. And safety doesn't feel like stepping out into your comfort zone. But guess what? You know what lives in the comfort zone? boredom, nothing happening, nothing exciting, no adventure. And it's definitely not the life of faith. The life of faith calls you out into the unknown. It's like a river. It's always changing course. It's always moving and drifting. It's always going. The life of faith is going to compel you to move forward. If you listen to God and you read his word, I promise you, you're going to see life changes happening. I promise you, you're going to get called and stretched into new areas. But that is the only life that really wins on this earth. It's the only life that truly fulfills on this earth, is the life that you are actually called to live. And guess what that requires? Alignment and moving past the voice of self-doubt. When you recognize that self-doubt is just the enemy to your future, the same hack that I use for everything I use with the self-doubt. My future self will thank me that I pressed forward. My future self will thank me that I went to the gym. My future self will thank me that I didn't eat the cake. My future self will thank me that I saved the money. My future self will thank me that I made the phone calls. My future self will thank me that I stepped out and I didn't stay small and I didn't stay in my comfort zone. Guys, you have one life. And maybe I'm super passionate about this because I'm just coming off of Thrive and it was extremely powerful. And I had the rare opportunity to see someone stand up at the end of it and say, you know what? For 30 years, I've walked around with a cloud on my life because of pain, because of trauma from my childhood. And she goes, nobody wanted to be around me. And today I'm choosing to walk out this door and to leave it behind. Guys, as powerful as that is, she just started the real work. But 3/4 of the battle is just the recognition, right? You recognize that I've been stuck. So where have you been living stuck at that God is calling you into deeper? He's calling you into more. I promise you, your old buddy self-doubt is going to show up when you step out into something new. So self-doubt is just part of you have to just think like, well, it's just part of it. Self-doubt is just how it's going to be. So I was talking to a coach of mine today. And he said, you know how I overcame self-doubt? I literally took action steps. He goes, but truthfully, he goes, I had 5 mentors in my life that had really significant meaning to me. They had changed my world. He goes, I had 5 notes. I posted the notes. They were literally, I looked at it when I got out of bed. I read those 5 notes every single day as I walked out the door. He goes, because I was shooting from the back 9. I had, $500,000 or $500 million in owed taxes. I had been come off a rehab, like 14 times a rehab. He goes, I had so much self-doubt, even though I was living a very disciplined life and I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing the thing. I was working hard. I was paying off the taxes. I still wrestled with self-doubt. Am I able to coach? Am I able to lead? Guys, everyone experiences it. Most people won't admit that they deal with it, but they'll live small because of it. And I'm just at a point where you just have to move past self-doubt, know it, embrace it, and just think this. I wrote this down. I don't need to feel ready to be faithful to take the next step. As you take the next step, opportunity shows up. People show up that are different. I put this women's conference on. This is the 4th year that I've done some kind of a conference, but my 3rd year doing it solo. And I can tell you that every year, self-doubt tries to be my best friend. I can tell you every day it wants to sit down next to me, hug in tight, and just whisper in my ear and tell me all the reasons people aren't going to show up, all the reasons why I'm not qualified to host this. I'm telling you, it wants to put itself on me like a warm coat. And you know what? The entire time that I'm preparing for this, I have to keep casting it off. I would love to tell you that it gets easier, and it does to a degree, but it's sneaky. You might think, well, okay, this part of it, I've got that mastered. But then here comes, but I want to ask a different speaker to come in. I want to ask a different level of a panel to take, to come speak. Like I want to get into a space that they're not in a typically contributing space. Like all of it has like self-doubt creeps in. But guess what is on the other side of self-doubt when you take the action step? New friendships, new relationships. I'm so grateful that I made the phone calls, that I invited the powerful, dynamic, smart women that I did into that room. We stood and we heard of one lady. She stood up and she said, you know what? I've had this plaguing cough for 40 years. Like, it's embarrassing. I hardly like to go out in public because it's just constant. And I thought I would always have to live with it. But then I came today and I sat at the table of these holistic, functional, integrative doctors. And guess what? I have hope again. Guys, to me, I went, thank God I made the phone call. Thank God I got out of the comfort zone. Do you know what? I invited someone to come speak, and I had never met her before. And I myself get hundreds of emails a day. I get hundreds of noise, I would call it. We're always getting asked for something. And I made that ask of her through an email. I made a phone call. I didn't get her there. So I sent it through email, and literally I didn't get a response. So guess what I did? I said, Megan, that's my assistant, we got to order a beautiful bouquet of flowers. I need to get the attention of this person. So we did. I said, Megan, I didn't hear from her. What the heck? And then I got an email saying, man, you've made this so hard to turn down, but I need to. And I'm like, why do you need to? And we had a whole entire conversation of how it just wasn't going to work for her to do one part of the event. So guess what, though, has happened? We've been back and forth on each other's podcasts. We've had conversation. She contributed at a really, really high level on Saturday, and I'm grateful. But guess what? A new friendship emerged. New information came forth. New hope got delivered to people that have been sitting there maybe feeling hopeless about their health. And I sat there thinking, thank God I said no to the self-doubt, and I made the call anyway. Your life contracts and expands according to your beliefs and according to your actions. So take the action step. Tell self-doubt to hit the road and act your way out of it. One terrified, small step at a time. Guys, this truly is the You Are More life. And I'm here to encourage you, cheer you on. And in fact, here's the thing. I believe that life is meant to be lived as a wholeness thing, as a oneness thing. So I've created a Thrive Forward. It's a 12-month integrative leadership journey. Basically, we're integrating. We're living like, hey, I have my church life and I have my rest of my life. And that's not how we're supposed to be. So here's the thing. So often we're pulled from the level of our responsibilities and faith, and we get into it and we live divided, and we don't live in alignment. So I have a 12-month program that I'm starting in February. I'm super excited. You can go to my youaremore.com website, register today. It's going to be a powerful journey. It's full of the tactical and practical, but it has to do with, how do I take my faith into leadership? How do I take my faith into a boardroom? How do I take my faith into decision making? How do I lead with that? Because the church needs the marketplace and the marketplace needs the church, and we're to live holistically, not just success without fulfillment, right? I've had extreme amounts of success in certain areas of my life, yet I could still had times where I felt really misaligned. And there's a path forward out of that, a path of purpose and a path of true alignment with who you are uniquely called to be on this earth. So I hope you'll join me. youaremore.com, register today. And as always, thanks for listening to my podcast. If it's meant anything to you, if it's helped you at all, like it, share it with a friend, and I appreciate you. And know this, remember deep down within you, you're created with great purpose, and you truly are more.